Good evening. My name is Herbert Schaefer, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the invention of the wheel. First, I will introduce you to the history of the wheel, followed by the invention of the wheel itself. We will also discuss the development of the wheel and its uses. First, let's begin about the history and the development of the wheel. The oldest wheel found in archaeological excavations was discovered in what is known as Mesopotamia, and is believed to be over 5,500 years old. Mesopotamia chariots used wheels in as early as 3200 BC. It is not known when the wheel first came on scene or was used by Europeans. As far back as written history and Western civilization can be found, the reference to wheels has always been there. But as important as the wheel is an invention, we don't know exactly who made the first wheel. The difficulty in moving heavy objects led to the invention of the wheel. Initially, sledges were used to move heavy objects, then gradually it changed in log rollers being used to move heavier objects. As time went on and the methods were improved, parts of the wheel were developed. Starting from 3500 BC, wheels were passed through a number of changes and developments. The following steps and developments we are going to discuss took place to invent a functioning wheel, more or less in this order. The first step was someone asked, or someone said to themselves, "This is heavy. What can we do about it?" Humans realized that heavy objects could be moved easier if something round, for example a fallen log, was placed and the object rolled over it. At the same time, or shortly thereafter, humans also realized a way to move heavier objects, with an invention archaeologists call the sledge. Logs or sticks were placed under an object and used to drag the heavy object like a sled and a wedge put together. Next, humans thought to use the round log and a sledge together and was called a log roller. Humans used several logs or rollers in a row, dragging the sledge over one roller to the next. The method is what archaeologists believe allowed ancient Egyptians to move massive stones and construct the Great Pyramids we see today. With time, the sledge started to wear grooves into the rollers, and humans noticed that the groove rollers actually worked better, carrying the object further. This was simple physics. If the grooves had a smaller circumference than the unworn parts of the roller, then dragging the sledge and the grooves required less energy to create a turning motion, but created a greater distance covered when the larger part of the log roller turned. The log roller was becoming a wheel. Humans cut away the wood between the two inner grooves to create what is called an axle. This led to the development of carts. Wooden pegs were used to fix the sledge so that when it rested and the rollers did not move, but allowed the axle to turn in between the pegs, the axle and wheels now created all the movement. These were the first carts. Improvements to the cart were made. The pegs were replaced with holes carved into the cart frame. The axle was placed through the holes. This made it necessary for the larger wheels and thinner axle to separate pieces. The wheels were attached to both sides of the axle. The invention of the wheel was enhanced by another component called the fixed axle. The fixed axle was invented where the axle does not turn but is solidly connected to the cart's frame. Given only the wheels did the revolving by being fitted onto the axle in ways that allow the wheels to rotate. Fixed axle was made for stable carts that could turn corners better than what had previously been around. By this time, the wheel can be considered a complete invention. As you can see, axles play a significant role in the invention of the wheel by providing flexibility and usability. The wheel is everywhere, on all our cars, trains, planes, machines, wagons, and most factory and farm equipment. What could we move without wheels? The invention of wheels led to the invention of different automobiles. Without wheels, the automobile industry would have been impossible in this country, which is a staple in this country alone. Without wheels, we would not have automobiles, and we should ask ourselves, where would we be in this country today if we did not have automobiles because we didn't have wheels? Wheels also affect commerce, being made from various products such as metal and wood, which was used back in ancient times. But modern wheels are made from rubber, stainless steel, polyurethane, nylon, chemical plastics, and again rubber. Steel is used to make caster wheels, which helps in moving the wheel in all different directions and corners. The invention of the wheel brought significant changes in the different sectors, including automobile industry and industrial industries. Wheels have changed drastically since its early invention and past number of stages produced the most useful modern day equipment. Wheels brought many changes to our lives. How could you imagine our lives without the invention of the wheel? Can we find another alternative for the wheel? I personally couldn't. Maybe you can. We can say that the invention of the wheel is one of the most important contributions to Mesopotamian chariots. The invention of the wheel brought significant changes in modern life as well. Thank you.